It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Kitchenland USA, and Smouse Brothers Foundation Repair and Waterproofing. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hello again. Good Thursday morning to you. Hope you're having a great week. Our week has been busy, but pretty good as we get ready for school to start again. And we're going to start your Thursday with some news.
All right. The Missouri Supreme Court will not hear Attorney General Andrew Bailey's request to reinstate restrictions on abortion. Bailey was hoping the state's highest court would block an injunction that allows surgical abortions to resume. That temporary allowance was issued by a circuit judge in Jackson County. The judge pointed to the constitutional amendment that voters approved last year, Amendment 3, which enshrined the right to an abortion. That's the legal terminology. Now, for its part, the Supreme Court said that Bailey should not have skipped over the Court of Appeals in the process because, again, this issue, abortion, is now under state's control, and our state has already spoken. A judge heard the arguments in a wrongful death lawsuit case that was filed by the family of Riley Strain, the Mizzou student who's originally from Springfield, who died last year in Nashville at an event that was hosted by his college fraternity. Strain left the strip of bars in Nashville highly intoxicated and apparently fell into the nearby Cumberland River where he drowned. His family filed suit against the national fraternity that he was a part of on Mizzou's campus and some of the members of the fraternity there at Mizzou, saying that they didn't do enough to monitor him and the alcohol consumption or go check on him after he got kicked out of a bar. The defense argues that Riley is old enough to buy his own drinks, saying it's unreasonable to expect the organization, the fraternity, to closely monitor the events of more than 100 local chapters of that fraternity all across the nation. Now, the judge has not yet made a ruling in the case, saying there is a lot to consider, but there could be more motions as well filed within the next week. We'll keep you posted.
Interesting. That is, it's just such a sad story all the way around. If you have a road project that you think needs to be done, you have a chance to let the Missouri Department of Transportation know about it. The state has 33,000 miles of roads and 10,000 bridges that it maintains. And you may know of something that needs to be done that they're not aware of. So today at 4 o'clock over at the library station on North Kansas Expressway, you can tell MoDOT about it. They'll be there with a listening ear. If you can't make it there, though, in person, you can fill out a form online from now through September 11th. That is on MoDOT's website. So check it out and voice your concerns there. This is a sad story. A Springfield physician who died shortly after completing the first leg of the Ironman 70.3 triathlon in Indiana suffered a heart attack, we now know. Dr. Eric Wolf, the coroner says, became ill during the 1.2-mile swim portion and had to be pulled from the water during that race back in mid-July. I think I said he completed it. He was competing in it is what I meant to say. Dr. Wolf leaves behind his wife and 3 children. He was a family physician who lived in Branson and had joined Jordan Valley Community Health Center with patients in Springfield and in Hollister. Obviously you have to be in great shape to even attempt to do a 70.3. Sarah has done some of those in the past, and it's a grueling race, is it not?
It is a grueling race. I know he was 43 years old. I did not know him personally, but I heard about this right after it happened from some friends of mine in the triathlon community who did know him. And they said he was very physically prepared for this race by their calculation. You know, I mean, I guess no one really knows someone's innards, right, if you will, but he was prepared and ready to go. So I don't know. I mean, he's a physician, so surely he knows his body well. But to have a heart attack, I mean, it's just It's unbelievable. I don't
The-
know. But it's interesting to me too, because sometimes we see stories like this with like NFL players. The one I'm thinking of.
Basketball players, yeah.
Yeah, basketball players, NBA players, yes, high school athletes who are otherwise healthy. I mean, it's wild. It's terribly sad, and I don't know. I don't know if the risks necessarily before any um event that you may do athletically.
I think the problem is that sometimes there aren't warning signs that prevent themselves ahead of time. So
Right.
you go do this grueling thing, and there's really a ticking time bomb waiting to go off, and you have no idea. So it's incredibly sad, but it honestly could, if it could happen to him, it could happen to any of us at any time,
Right.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Uh, so our thoughts and condolences and prayers are with his wife and children, because that's awful.
Yeah.
Watch out if you're at the Lake of the Ozarks in the water swimming for different reasons. Missouri health officials have confirmed a rare but serious case of a brain infection connected to a lake swimmer there at the Lake of the Ozarks. A patient now has a brain-eating infection that was caused by an amoeba in the water. Crazy story. Fewer than 10 people in the United States get this specific type of bacteria every year. The patient is currently in the intensive care unit being treated for this brain-eating amoeba that
Yeah.
he apparently,
Which
he or
it's
he or
interesting
she,
because
I don't know.
depending on it, they didn't the health departments, the Department of Health and Senior Services, they didn't say
Didn't say.
he or she. That's why I just, calling him or her the patient. But apparently there is a more common amoeba that you can get, and we've heard of that. We've had instances of that in the Ozarks, but
Right.
this one is a different type of bacteria and more serious. So,
Well, it's
ah,
unbelievable to be just swimming in a lake where thousands of other people are also swimming, and
right.
one person gets it.
Yeah. Hmm. This is just an interesting story, really a national story, but I thought it was significant. Fewer American adults are drinking alcohol these days. In fact, a new poll by Gallup shows that it's the lowest level that it has ever been, or ever been recorded, at least. Gallup has been keeping track of reported alcohol consumptions by American adults since 1939. And the number of people this year who report that they drink is at 54%. Now, consider in 1977, that number was at 71% of people drinking. It's been dropping ever since then. And the pollsters say that it really coincides with more Americans reporting that they're more aware that even moderate alcohol consumption is bad for your overall health.
That's interesting,
I thought so too.
because the beer commercials are still everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I do think generally more people are more aware of what they're putting in their bodies,
Yeah, yeah, I think that's probably
especially
true.
once you've traveled overseas, because you recognize that you can have a gluten allergy in America and then you can fly to Indonesia or Africa and not have it. You know,
What
it's
do you mean, not
very
have it?
well. I mean, I've been to both of those places recently, and people who have a gluten allergy in America can fly there and eat the bread there because it's so different at seed form.
Okay. So they're uh, cooking with better supplies.
Yeah, I mean, it's our seeds in some cases, apparently. I mean, I'm no expert on the topic, but it's different at seed form.
Okay.
And it's fascinating to me how you can get sick here but not there. Anyway, all that to say, people are way more conscious and considerate about what they're putting in their bodies these days.
Yeah. All right.
Don't you think?
I do think, by and large, so, because when I
Yeah.
was a kid, we've talked about this before. I don't know that I ever drank water, and if I did, it was maybe stopping by the fountain at school once a
Yeah.
day. I certainly didn't have a water bottle with me 24/7 like the children today have.
Right.
And I say that a little bit sarcastically because I think it's a little bit dumb. But also it's probably good to drink more water than I drink as a
Yeah.
kid. But look at me now. I'm doing just fine.
You're fit as a fiddle.
I'm fit as a fiddle, healthy as a horse over here.
No, here's the thing. At least it's calculated. Like if I'm going to eat junk, it's calculated. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but now, and I would also say this, going back to how healthy our food is, there's a lot more crap in food, I think, today than there was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I think cereals are worse. All these dyes that are causing problems that are banned other places that we're eating. It
Right.
doesn't make sense, and part of it is our fault because we want stuff to be shelf stable for
Yeah.
months,
Ultra
and
processed.
all the preservatives that keep it cheap and on my shelf and
Yeah.
tasty.
I honestly don't even know how we just digressed from Americans drinking alcohol to food dye and gluten, but that's
You
what we
started
did.
it. You
So
started
thanks
it
for
by
going on
saying
the
you could
journey with
travel to
us. Thanks
Indonesia
for
and
the
eat
journey.
bread, and I
It's
didn't
been a
get
good
it.
one. All right, we're gonna get the train back on the tracks, and I'm gonna tell you about our last story. Really, it was yesterday. It was a yesterday story, but kind of cool. There was a big back to school rally at Great Southern Bank Arena. Everybody getting ready to go back to school on Tuesday. More than 3,000 people with Springfield Public Schools, like teachers, staff, students, and others, all came together to get energized for the school year ahead. And MSU President Biff Williams and the Teacher of the Year, Danielle O'Neill, were among a few speakers to get everybody ready to go.
Okay. Yeah. Ready or not, here it is, right?
Ready? Yeah, absolutely. Don't forget, aroundtheozarks.com has the best events calendar in the Ozarks, if I don't say so myself. Actually, I can take zero credit. I'm not the one putting the events calendar together, but I do contribute to the website nonetheless, aroundtheozarks.com. So I wanted to tell you tonight there is a free recycling event for Springfield residents. This one, again, put on by the Community Partnership of the Ozarks. And you can get rid of old electronics, like recycle electronics, and shred documents at no cost to you. All thanks to Community Partnership of the Ozarks. Again, this is for Springfield residents from 5 to 7 tonight at the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds. You do need your ID that proves you live in Springfield.
Right.
Also tonight, the fish fry is happening at the VFW Hall in Ozark. Ethan loves a good fish fry.
I love a good fish fry. You know that
So this
about
is
me.
really in honor of you, babe. I am talking about this
My
for
mouth
you.
is watering hearing you say it. Back home in Collinsville, we had an unbelievable fish fry every Friday. It wasn't just during Lent or anything. It was because of a big Catholic community back home.
Yeah.
But it was every Friday because it was so good. People would come from towns all around to Collinsville to have that fish.
Yeah. So go to aroundtheozarks.com and you can find out more on that event and many others happening tonight, this evening, all across the Ozarks and beyond. Tomorrow, this weekend, it's going to be great. So check it out. And that's all we got.
Yeah.
Anything else from you?
No, that's it. Well, there's a contest, Tim McGraw tickets at aroundtheozarks.com. You can win. So just check it out. A lot of stuff at aroundtheozarks.com. This is our third year for it.
Yeah.
And we are grateful that you're here with us. Tell your
Yes.
friends as the community grows, and we'll keep the news coming.
I see the Tim McGraw concert now. I forgot to mention it. So glad you did. Sunday, August 31st is that concert, and we are giving away tickets. So good times.
Okay. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Have a good one.